very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the evening review. My name is Toivo Njebela. Tonight on the platform, I'm joined by Marvin Shikuambi. He is a young entrepreneur who is raising awareness and is passionate about cybersecurity and online attacks, especially those that are targeting businesses, and he just wanted to share his thoughts on the subject. Thank you very much, Marvin, for making time. Let's start with this very important topic. Is it a real threat in Namibia, cyber attack, especially against businesses? What is the current status of that?
Well, it is a real threat in our country. The problem is that it usually goes unreported, or let's say the hacker just gets away with a hack, because our country right now is not really fully aware of cyber security in terms of even government policies or just overall how the industry works. So a lot of businesses right now are very exposed to all these malicious actors who have evil intentions, especially when it comes to businesses. If a hacker, let's say, decides to attack a hospital or even a bank, their main goal is always for profit, usually for profit. And this has happened a few times in Namibia, as I've been told, by an analyst I was speaking to. And the problem in this country is, even though we do have our defenses up and we have all these people who are qualified to fight back and defend against these malicious actors, we are still not fully aware of, how serious it is and how much damage that these malicious actors can do.
Hacking, what does it mean? What does it involve? Because you just gave an example of a hospital, and in my mind I'm thinking, how can one hack a hospital?
Well, a good example would be, let's say, a phishing attack. That is an attack when someone sends you a malicious email directly to your email address, and let's say they pose as the head nurse, for instance, and they, let's say, send one email to the secretary saying, it's the head nurse, I need you to click on this link and save this document into your file. As soon as they open that link, it's a virus or it's ransomware, and this virus then spreads throughout the computer network, and the malicious actor then maybe gets access to sensitive information. Yes, so a hacker always wants sensitive information. Yes, information that they can use to their own advantage.
Okay. Is it only to access information? I know that I think I've heard of incidences where hackers also demand payment before they can reverse their act.
Yes, that's called ransomware. So what happens is they basically encrypt your computer, lock all your files, and then tell you, if you send me this amount of, let's say, Bitcoin, then I'll send you a decryption key for you to decrypt your files and then access them again. So that form of attack is ransomware, and it's usually also done via phishing. So they do it directly through the email.
I see. The hackers, what are they? Is it just people with evil intentions? Are they business people seeking to make money or even profits from their activities? Typically, a hacker is what kind of person?
Typically, a hacker is someone who is also business-minded, and just someone who, sometimes some hackers just do it for the fun of it. They do it because they're skilled enough to do it. It's not even about money for some of them. Some of them just enjoy the adrenaline rush of the whole process. For example, when a hunter goes hunting and sees a springbok running, that whole process of chasing and then getting the kill is why a hacker enjoys doing what they do. And this is a very, how can I say, this is a key element that cybersecurity analysts understand about the mindset of a hacker. It's usually about the rush. Yes, the profits are also good, but it's usually about the adrenaline rush and of the whole experience.
How does an institution just out of his own volition just is there a way to prevent things like that, or we are just at the mercy of the hackers?
Usually it's best to outsource monitoring of your brand and reputation, or even information that can be collected regarding your, let's say, organization. So at the end of the day, you are, if the hack is successful, you are at the mercy of the hackers. But with the right, let's say, proactive defense techniques, you can then be equipped to fight back against them. And that's why I'm currently busy creating a cybersecurity awareness and training program that I want to pitch to companies all over Namibia to give them the skills to fight back. Because you can. From the comfort of your home, you can defend yourself if you know how to. But you need guidance from people who are experienced in this field.
Yeah.
But you can do it yourself.
Yeah. What is the worst that can happen from hacking if we are hacked? And I'm thinking of maybe you're a small SME in the country, or even a bigger business. It doesn't really matter, but what is the worst that can happen, the end result of hacking?
The worst thing that can happen to someone who has been hacked is loss of life. So that is the worst. The worst.
How can you lose your life from something like that?
For example, if a hacker, let's say, hacks your vehicle, because you know cars run on the CAN bus system also, so even that network can be exploited by hackers for malicious deeds, whatever. So they can even cause a car accident, you know. But that's for a vehicle. But in terms of a business, if someone also hacks your business and you go bankrupt, you could also take your own life because of the pressures, the stress. So for me, it's loss of life, in my opinion. Yeah, loss of life is the worst, besides losing money.
Yeah. In Namibia, what are our capabilities as a country against some of these things?
That is what I've been looking for a very long time, and I haven't found it. And that's why I became very concerned and decided to take charge, take the initiative, and create this program and educate people about the dangers in the world. Because there's very evil and dangerous people in this world, but we don't take it seriously. And we don't take it seriously because we're not very aware about online safety. I think it's also a psychological thing where we are used to seeing a threat directly, but we're not used to seeing a threat digitally. You understand? So that is maybe one thing we have to sort of change in this country, that, you know, threats can also be digital. And we have to take proactive steps to defending our systems, our data, and also any financial assets that we have.
Yeah. Is it the hackers usually foreign based, or do you think we have some just hiding in the buildings here? A tech nerd who just sat in his bedroom with all the computers put up and just hacking.
With the skills required to conduct such attacks in this country, I doubt that we have hackers here. But I do know that we have cybersecurity analysts that defend against hacking. So I don't think most people here don't have the skills to conduct such an attack. So it's usually foreign actors here that will conduct this, because they have a blatant disregard for our system. You know, it's just, and they also undermine our defenses. So to them, they don't take it seriously. They believe I can just hack any critical infrastructure in Namibia, get away with it, and nothing will happen. And that has been the case over and over again, especially for banks. Yeah. There are times where banks have been attacked, but then they did not report because they fear that they will lose money as investors run away and withdraw cash. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe at the business level, it's the scale of that attack is not as big as it would be if, I don't know, a government system is hacked? I don't know if there's anything like some sort of central government information database or something like that. Is it possible, for example, that they can do that to a government database, and then the entire country somehow can even be in trouble?
Definitely. If you have anyone with a website, anyone connected to the internet is a potential target for a hacker. As long as your phone, your smart TV is connected to the internet, that is a hacker can access that device and then do whatever he wants to on that device. So as long as you have a device connected to the internet, as long as government uses computers that are connected to the internet, they can be a target. So anyone connected to the internet can be a target.
Yeah. We go for a very short break and then I return with Marvin Shikuambi.
I'm sure you've heard the news, and Namibia is calling. And it's time to answer with a smile. From the rolling sand dunes of Sossusvlei to the wildlife wonders of Etosha National Park, Namibia is a treasure trove of natural beauty and adventure. With Enjoy, booking the most renowned lodges is as easy as a desert breeze. Picture yourself sipping coffee on a deck, watching the sunrise. Paint the sky in hues of gold and orange. Or how about a thrilling safari, capturing memories that'll last a lifetime? Our easy-to-use website hosts the most beautiful lodges Namibia has to offer. Whether you crave luxury or a cozy hideaway, we've got you covered. So pack your bags and let's turn your dream adventure into reality. Namibia awaits, and with Enjoy, your perfect stay is just a click away.
The conversation continues on the evening review. We are talking about hacking. We are talking about cybersecurity, online hacking, and related machinations with Marvin Shikuambi. Now, I want you to help me understand whether this particular scenario that I'm going to give you also qualifies under the topic that we're discussing. There's been a lot of incidents lately of people losing their money because somebody will call them and ask for their PIN for their banking details. The Prime Minister was in the newspapers not too long ago, and there were many other people who lost a lot of money through dubious activities. Does that by any chance qualify as that, or?
Yes, that is referred to as a social engineering attack, which is also hacking, essentially, without code.
Yeah.
So what that scammer basically did was he tricked her into typing in her information, and then he stole the money, as we read in the newspaper. So that does count as a hack, but it's referred to as a social engineering attack, because what he did was he basically manipulated her into performing an action, you see. So that's one thing that a hacker does to people. They're very good at playing psychology.
Yeah. The other thing in Namibia around this subject is we continue not to have a regulatory environment, and even if we had, given what you just said about these hackers being usually foreign based, I'm not even sure how any regulation would prevent this kind of activities, but at least because, I mean, as we grow technologically as a country, we might start having also people hacking from within, to whom these laws will now be applicable. But do you think that some laws in this regard would be of assistance?
Definitely, we have to pass laws that can punish criminals from other countries. So if someone is in a European or American or any country, but they attack someone in our country, we should be able to apprehend that person, bring them here, and make sure they face justice. And it's very possible because a lot of hackers actually are not very good at defending themselves also. So they're also exposed at times. So when they send you an email, it's actually very possible to produce threat intelligence and geolocate their IP address and find out exactly where they are. And from then on, you can then decide whether we're going to take action and bring them to the authorities. But as you said, we have weak laws, so that won't be possible. But once we pass certain laws and regulations in this country, it will definitely be possible to apprehend a hacker.
Yeah. And in terms of infrastructure, because we need as a country to have a proper rollout of technology, so that you don't get attacked. Imagine I'm from a village and I accessed only my phone properly when I came to town to buy something, and then when I go back to my village, network is poor, and then I'm told that I've been hacked and I have no access to the maybe I don't have access to the to the internet to maybe block something or anything like that. Do you think that technological rollout also in our country can be of help in this regard?
Yes, definitely. Although it will be tough to reach someone in rural areas because they have no access to the internet, as long as they have access to local authorities there, they can report what happened, and I'm sure we can reach them and then assist them with the crime that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of awareness, and you said you're planning something in that regard yourself, what is the best way to really make Namibians aware of these things? Those of us who live in cities and use technology on a daily basis, maybe it's easier to comprehend. But my grandmother who lives in the village and she uses WhatsApp and links are being forwarded to her, how are we going to make sure that everybody is actually on more or less the same wavelength as far as awareness is concerned?
Then we would need to definitely have government involved in rolling out awareness programs also, because then it will become a thing of where we teach the public to be secure and safe online. So we would need the state to back, let's say, a company or institution, some sort of public-private partnership that will roll out an awareness program nationwide that will teach even Mekulu in the village about the dangers and the threats online. So that's how it can be done.
Yeah. In the meantime, I mean, what would awareness entail? It would, do we have to upload certain defensive apps on our phones? What is it that,
awareness would entail teaching people precisely how they could be attacked, for instance, teaching people what phishing is, teaching people what vishing is, making sure that when they open their WhatsApp, they are aware of exactly who they're texting. They get an unknown number, they don't respond. They get a funny email, they don't respond. So that is one form of awareness, you know, just to be aware of, I'm online right now, but I'm not 100% safe. There is still people out there that can hit me anytime. And if I get that, then I must know how to respond to this incident. So I must take the necessary steps to keep myself and my loved ones safe.
Yeah. Did I hear you talking about phishing and vishing? Or
yes.
Can you differentiate between for us?
Phishing is one form of hack where people send an email, a malicious email, directly to your email address.
Yeah.
So that is phishing. They're essentially phishing, you know, like, you know, you're at a pond and now you send emails to 30 people because you're fishing, you're waiting for that one fish to grab the bait. And vishing is a call via a phone call. So if someone vishes you, they essentially just call you from a fake phone number, or they call you from a burner phone and pose as a bank teller or as a customer service agent from your bank, I will assume. And then from then on, they do whatever malicious activity that they want to do by taking your PIN, by making you click funny links, by making you download funny links. From then on, that's how they conduct their attacks.
Yeah. How prevalent is this problem in our country?
Well, a lot of it is not reported, as I've been told. So it's definitely prevalent, but it's not seen as a thing, you know. We're used to seeing people get robbed in front of our eyes, but even people get robbed digitally too, but we're not aware of it. See, or we don't even know precisely what happened. We just go to the bank to go get our money back or report, but it's not even taken to the police. It's not usually reported in the media. Sometimes it is, but I know of a few people, even loved ones that I know, that have been hacked, that have been scammed after typing a funny link, but it never really went that far in terms of like the authorities doing anything about it.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
So awareness is one thing that you mentioned, is one way to combat this, but technological advancement is another, I would imagine. Do you think enough is being done in the creative space of technology to really come up with solutions, some sort of buffer that can help people?
Definitely, this is info that you can find in my training course that I'm creating once I publish it and put it online. But there's also technical email controls that you can put up. So you can basically set up DKIM, DMARC. These are all terms in, let's say, cybersecurity that are used to describe certain technical email controls that you can use to keep your email safe. Because there's the only two ways they can get to you. It's your email address or your phone. So there's technical email controls that you can set up. Or you can outsource it to, let's say, someone like me or a cybersecurity analyst that you trust to set it up for you. Maybe it can be free or it can be for a fee, but whatever, they can still set it up for you to make sure that your email is safe from all hackers. So it's definitely possible to be 100% safe from a hacker.
Yeah. And you, so it's a common problem then. It's not I think you mentioned earlier to say that because I'm sure hackers will be targeting both the private sector and private citizens and institutions of both public and private nature.
Yeah.
So it's our common
It's a common problem.
responsibility to
Yes.
to combat it.
It is. It's a shared responsibility in society. So when I talk about this, I'm thinking of everyone. You know, I'm thinking about the state. I'm thinking about private businesses. I'm thinking about everyone in this country. I'm not thinking about one particular sector. Even if someone hacks Katutura State Hospital, for me, it's a problem. You understand? Whether it's Katutura State Hospital, whether it's Lady Pohamba, it's still a problem. Someone here was hacked. So it's the fact that someone feels like they can attack our systems and get away with it that I don't like.
Yeah. No, because I know that there was a recent incident at one of the companies where people sort of penetrated the system, paralyzed everything, and then started, I suppose that is the ransomware now that you mentioned earlier, to say pay us this much for us to release the button. And it was very, very disturbing to that entity, because imagine if you had a big event lined up, maybe it's a big conference or it's a big transaction. The deadline is today. You're supposed to pay that money in order to get something, and then you are told you can't. The whole day you are battling actually to fight back.
Yes, they can do serious damage. They can ruin lives. And it's only people who have been victims of hackers that know how serious the damage they do can be. They can even damage your reputation, as well as your psychological well-being. So the damage that they can do is severe. And if you've not been a victim of one of these people, consider yourself very lucky, because if you are, it's a horrible, horrible experience. And that is why we have to really keep people safe from these bad guys. And we must set up, whether it's awareness and training programs or whatever we have to do to just keep people aware about their online safety and how to be secure when they're conducting things on the internet.
Absolutely. Marvin, thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, wonderful.
All right.
That's Marvin Shikuambi. He's a young entrepreneur sharing with us his thoughts and experience around the subject of cybersecurity and hacking, which we often do not pay enough attention to, but which is a very, very serious issue in our country. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Thank you for watching.